In 1776, a new nation emerged from the fires of revolution. The United States of America, born from the ideals of liberty and self-governance, embarked on a bold experiment democracy. The founding fathers, visionaries like Thomas Jefferson and James Madison, believed in the power of the people. They envisioned a government of the people, by the people, for the people. However, the path to establishing a functioning democracy was fraught with challenges. In 1787, delegates from the 13 states convened in Philadelphia to address the challenges facing the young nation. This gathering, known as the Constitutional Convention, became a pivotal moment in American history. The delegates soon realized the need for a more robust and unified system of government, leading to the drafting of the Constitution. The Constitution established the framework for a representative democracy where citizens would elect individuals to represent their interests. It outlined the structure of the federal government, dividing power among three branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. The first presidential election in 1789 ushered in a new era for the United States. George Washington assumed the presidency with unanimous support in a period devoid of organized political parties. Candidates campaigned based on their reputations, experience, and positions on key issues. This period of relative political harmony, however, would not last long as differing viewpoints began to coalesce into distinct political factions. The 1790s witnessed the emergence of political parties, profoundly shaping the U.S. election process. The Federalist Party, led by Alexander Hamilton, championed a strong central government, while the Democratic-Republican Party, led by Thomas Jefferson, favored states' rights. The rise of these parties injected a new level of organization and competition into the electoral arena. Party newspapers emerged as powerful tools for promoting their own candidates and attacking their opponents. The Electoral College, enshrined in the Constitution, emerged as a compromise between direct popular elections and preserving state influence. Each state's number of electors was determined by its combined total of senators and representatives in Congress. This system gave more weight to less populous states, as each state had an equal number of senators regardless of population. The contentious election of 1800, where Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr tied, exposed a flaw in the Electoral College system and led to calls for reform. The early 19th century witnessed a gradual expansion of suffrage, initially limited to white men who owned property. A growing movement for universal manhood suffrage began to challenge these restrictions. State by state, property requirements for voting were gradually abolished, extending the franchise to a larger segment of the population. This expansion marked a significant step towards a more inclusive democracy, even as it excluded women and people of color. The contentious election of 1800 prompted a significant amendment to the Constitution. The 12th Amendment, ratified in 1804, aimed to address issues that arose when candidates from the same party tied in the Electoral College. This amendment stipulated that electors would cast separate ballots for president and vice president. The 12th Amendment brought greater clarity and stability to the electoral process. The United States faced its greatest test with the eruption of the Civil War in 1861. The brutal conflict, rooted in the institution of slavery, tore the nation apart. The Civil War tested the resilience of the Constitution and the democratic ideals it enshrined. The aftermath of the Civil War ushered in a period of Reconstruction as the nation grappled with the legacy of slavery. This period witnessed significant changes to the U.S. Constitution, aimed at protecting the rights of formerly enslaved people. In 1870, the 15th Amendment to the Constitution was ratified, marking a pivotal moment in the fight for voting rights. This amendment declared that the right to vote could not be denied on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. Southern states enacted discriminatory measures to disenfranchise black voters, including poll taxes and literacy tests. Despite these obstacles, African Americans courageously fought for their voting rights, mobilizing politically and challenging discriminatory laws. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed the rise of the progressive movement, aiming to address social and political ills. Progressives sought to combat corruption in government and empower voters. One key reform was the introduction of the direct primary, allowing voters to select their party's nominees for general elections. Progressives also advocated for the secret ballot, allowing voters to cast their ballots in private, free from intimidation. The long struggle for women's suffrage culminated in 1920 with the ratification of the 19th Amendment. This landmark amendment granted women the right to vote, doubling the size of the electorate. Women, now able to exercise their right to vote, became a powerful force in shaping the nation's political landscape. This expansion of the franchise had a profound impact on American politics, leading to increased attention to issues such as education and healthcare. However, the fight for voting rights was far from over, as African Americans and other minority groups continued to face barriers. The 1930s witnessed unprecedented economic hardship in the United States. The Great Depression, triggered by the stock market crash of 1929, plunged the nation into a deep recession. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt implemented the New Deal, a series of government programs designed to provide relief and stimulate the economy. The New Deal era witnessed a significant realignment of the electorate, with African Americans and urban voters shifting their allegiance to the Democratic Party. Roosevelt's willingness to address issues of racial inequality began to erode the traditional Republican dominance among black voters. The decades following World War II witnessed the rise of the Civil Rights Movement, a powerful struggle for racial equality. African Americans mobilized to challenge segregation, discrimination, and disenfranchisement. At the heart of the Civil Rights Movement was the fight for voting rights. Despite the promises of the 15th Amendment, African Americans in the South faced systematic barriers to voting. Activists organized voter registration drives, filed lawsuits, and staged protests to demand voting rights, often facing fierce resistance. Section 3, the Vietnam War and the 26th Amendment, lowering the voting age. The Vietnam War had a profound impact on American society and politics. College campuses became hotbeds of anti-war sentiment. Students organized protests, teach-ins, and draft resistance movements. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age from 21 to 18. If young people were old enough to be drafted, they were old enough to vote. The ratification of the 26th Amendment enfranchised millions of young Americans. Section 4. The rise of television transforming political campaigns. The second half of the 20th century witnessed the rise of television as a dominant force in American life, transforming the media landscape and revolutionizing the way political campaigns were conducted. Television, with its ability to reach vast audiences simultaneously, became an indispensable tool for candidates seeking to connect with voters, communicate their messages, and shape public opinion. Political advertising, once relegated to newspapers, radio, and pamphlets, found a powerful new medium in television, with its captivating visuals and emotional appeal. The advent of televised presidential debates, beginning with the iconic Kennedy-Nixon debates of 1960, marked a turning point in American politics. These debates provided voters with an unprecedented opportunity to see and hear candidates side by side, evaluating their demeanor, policy positions, and ability to think on their feet. Television appearances, whether in debates, news interviews, or campaign commercials, became crucial factors in shaping public perceptions of candidates and influencing the outcome of elections. The rise of television also contributed to the increasing importance of image and personality in political campaigns. Candidates, aware that their every move, gesture, and expression could be scrutinized by millions of viewers, became increasingly attuned to the power of visual communication. Political consultants, skilled in the art of crafting a candidate's image and message for television, emerged as key players in campaigns, advising candidates on everything from wardrobe and makeup to speech delivery and camera presence. Section 5. Technology and the modern election, from punch cards to electronic voting. The late 20th and early 21st centuries saw rapid technological advancements impacting U.S. elections. Computers, the internet, and mobile devices transformed election administration and voter engagement. These innovations offered access and efficiency but also posed security and privacy challenges. The shift from paper ballots to electronic voting machines was significant. These machines promised accuracy and speed but raised reliability concerns. The 2000 election highlighted vulnerabilities and sparked calls for reform. The internet and social media revolutionized political campaigning. Websites and social media became essential for direct voter communication. The 21st century ushered in a new era of campaigning, dominated by the internet and its boundless possibilities. Campaigns embraced the digital realm, using websites, email, and social media to connect with voters in a personalized way. Candidates could tailor messages to specific demographics and engage directly with constituents. Social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube became powerful arenas for political discourse and outreach. Candidates could connect with voters directly, bypassing traditional media gatekeepers. As elections became increasingly reliant on digital technology, concerns about election security and integrity moved to the forefront. The interconnected nature of digital systems, while offering efficiency and convenience, also created vulnerabilities to hacking, cyber attacks, and foreign interference. Safeguarding the integrity of elections became paramount, requiring a multifaceted approach to protect voting systems, voter registration databases, and campaign infrastructure from malicious actors seeking to disrupt or manipulate the democratic process. The threat of foreign interference in U.S. elections, particularly in the wake of the 2016 presidential election, highlighted the need for enhanced cybersecurity measures. Intelligence agencies and cybersecurity experts warned of the potential for foreign governments to use hacking, disinformation campaigns, and social media manipulation to influence election outcomes. Protecting election infrastructure from these threats became a top priority, with states investing in more secure voting machines, strengthening cybersecurity protocols, and working with federal agencies to share intelligence and coordinate responses to potential threats. Voter registration databases containing sensitive personal information became prime targets for hackers seeking to disrupt elections or disenfranchise voters. States implemented stricter security measures to protect these databases, including encryption, multi-factor authentication, and regular security audits to identify and address vulnerabilities. Ensuring the accuracy and integrity of voter rolls became crucial to prevent voter fraud and maintain public confidence in the electoral process. Social media's rise transformed political discourse, offering opportunities and challenges. It provided a forum for debate, organizing, and holding officials accountable. Voters could interact with candidates and mobilize support. Yet it also fostered division, spread misinformation, and undermined civil discourse. Algorithms created echo chambers, reinforcing existing beliefs. Anonymity emboldened harassment and hate speech, affecting marginalized groups. Section 4. Data and analytics, shaping the electoral landscape. The digital revolution brought an explosion of data, and campaigns quickly recognized its strategic value. Data analytics tools allowed campaigns to gather and leverage vast amounts of voter data. This data-driven approach, known as micro-targeting, enabled precise message tailoring to specific voter segments. However, this personalization raised concerns about privacy and manipulation. The reliance on data analytics also highlighted the digital divide, raising fairness concerns in the electoral process. Section 5. The future of U.S. elections, challenges and opportunities. As the United States moves further into the 21st century, The evolution of its elections continues. New technologies emerge, societal values shift, and the very nature of political discourse evolves, prompting ongoing debate about how to ensure free, fair, and secure elections that reflect the will of the people. Balancing the convenience and efficiency of technology with the paramount need for security and integrity remains a constant challenge. One of the most pressing issues facing U.S. elections is the threat of foreign interference and disinformation campaigns. As technology continues to blur geographical boundaries and create new avenues for manipulation, safeguarding the integrity of elections requires constant vigilance, international cooperation, and the development of innovative strategies to counter emerging threats. Public education about disinformation tactics, media literacy initiatives, and the promotion of critical thinking skills are essential to empower voters to make informed decisions. Another challenge lies in ensuring equitable access to the ballot box for all eligible voters. Addressing persistent disparities in voter turnout, often rooted in socioeconomic factors, historical disenfranchisement, and discriminatory voting laws, requires a commitment to expanding voting access, modernizing election administration, and restoring public trust in the electoral process. Automatic voter registration, same-day voter registration, expanded early voting periods, and making Election Day a national holiday are just some of the reforms being considered to remove barriers to voting. Section 1. The Enduring Experiment, Reflections on the U.S. Election Process. From the hushed whispers of revolution to the clamor of the digital age, the U.S. election process has been a testament to the enduring power of democracy. It has weathered storms of revolution, civil war, and social upheaval, adapting to changing demographics, evolving technologies, and the ever-evolving nature of political discourse. Each era has left its mark on the electoral landscape, shaping the way Americans choose their leaders and hold them accountable. The journey began with a bold experiment, a group of visionaries daring to imagine a government of the people, by the people, for the people. The Constitution, a beacon of democratic principles, laid the groundwork for a system of representative government, where citizens would have a voice in shaping their destiny. Yet, the path to a more perfect union has been anything but smooth, marked by struggles for suffrage, battles against discrimination, and ongoing efforts to safeguard the integrity of the vote. The expansion of the franchise, from a small group of property-owning white men to encompass all citizens regardless of race, gender, or economic status, stands as a testament to the enduring power of democratic ideals. The right to vote, hard-won through generations of struggle and sacrifice, remains the cornerstone of American democracy, a powerful symbol of citizenship and a testament to the ongoing pursuit of equality and justice. Section 2. The Challenges Ahead. Navigating the Complexities of Modern Democracy. As the United States navigates the complexities of the 21st century, its election process faces new and evolving challenges. The digital revolution, while offering unprecedented opportunities for communication and engagement, has also created vulnerabilities to misinformation, foreign interference, and the erosion of trust in democratic institutions. Safeguarding the integrity of elections in the digital age requires constant vigilance, technological innovation, and a renewed commitment to civic education. The rise of social media, while empowering citizens with new platforms for expression and mobilization, has also contributed to the fragmentation of public discourse and the spread of misinformation. Addressing the spread of false or misleading information online, particularly during election cycles, requires a multifaceted approach involving social media companies, government agencies, and individual citizens. Promoting media literacy, encouraging critical thinking skills, and fostering a culture of responsible online behavior are essential to combating the corrosive effects of misinformation. The increasing influence of money in politics, fueled by campaign finance laws that have struggled to keep pace with technological advancements and evolving legal interpretations, poses another significant challenge to U.S. elections. Reducing the influence of wealthy donors and special interests, while ensuring that all candidates have a fair opportunity to compete, requires comprehensive campaign finance reform that promotes transparency, accountability, and a level playing field. Section 3. A More Perfect Union. The Ongoing Pursuit of Electoral Integrity and Inclusion. Despite challenges, U.S. elections reflect progress, resilience, and belief in democracy. Ensuring free and fair elections is crucial for democracy. Addressing voter suppression and ensuring equal access to voting is essential. Modernizing infrastructure and securing voting systems are vital. Encouraging civic engagement combats voter apathy. Democracy requires active participation of informed citizens. Striving for an electoral system reflecting founding principles is key.